Hello, my name is Kevin and welcome to the Love Decanters channel. So this is part 3 of my visit to the Glass and Ceramics Fair at Cranmore Park in Solihull, Birmingham. And yeah, we've moved on from the old stuff now. We're getting into the sort of like new and vintage. I think from now on it's going to be more vintagey until the end when there's going to be some more old stuff again. But anyway, with that said, also I've been trying to improve the technical quality of my videos by playing with the sound, and hopefully I can try and get it a bit more even. There's no tools that you just press a button and it just levels it out. I don't have any of that kind of stuff. I'm having to fiddle with it by hand and does it sound right kind of way. So I'm hoping it's going to be improved now that I've worked out how to fiddle it, but whether I can actually listen to go, yeah, is it good or bad? I don't know. Anyway, and with that said, let's get on and have a look at some glass. I really like this here. I was trying to figure out, is that air twist or is it, and I think it's like a cane, but it's been twisted and pulled around and all sorts of things done with it. Yeah, Lewis Thompson. So, and there's these ones here. Really skilled stuff going on here. I'm being quite impressed. So I've got, look at this. This is really, it's like it's floating. Can you see? That is so nice. Spondylus Bowl by Richie Alley. A few Richie, and then yeah, Tyne Valley. So that's quite nice. It's not one of their bigger bits, but it's still quite a nice piece with a black rim and everything. Another interesting modern piece here. Look at this. With the, I think that's got silver foil inclusions in it. And then layers of glass, different colours put into it. And then they laid on streaks of glass, and he fused them onto the surface. Yeah, that's quite nice. I've been trying to figure out who James Carcass is, or more information about him. Yeah, he doesn't have his own website. There's no social media for him either, I can't find anyway. There's some of his work here. I'm not even sure. This doesn't look anything like we were looking at. I did find this as well, but this also doesn't look like any of his work. Says he's been around a lot in here, right up until, what's the last day on here? 2017. And he has some connections with Hungary as well. There's a few of these. Most of it's English, and there's a few Hungarian ones. But I know how it is with artists. My brother is one, and you can end up going all over the place. But anyway, yeah, I'm not. He does. If this is him, he does some weird stuff too. Good Scandinavian post-war kind of. Look at this. This is nice with the acid etching. Cut away the cameo effect there. And look at this. I've seen this in the books. Bertel Veiling with a little man, like he's swimming. That is quite nice. And also on here, this is, I think this is Bertel Veiling as well. Can't remember what it's called. Yeah, he's got Costa Boda. I'm sure I've seen these on the Mother Sweden website. And yeah, and Chaos Engman. This is on the Mother Sweden website as well. The big green vase we could see at the back is from the Chico series. It's just called Green Vase. There's a model number 22 centimeters. It's from 2006. Oh, no. Oh, it's from 1996 and it was manufactured until 2006. Get that right.
So here I am at the Mother Sweden website, and I'm just working my way through stuff and trying to find them. And the first thing I found is the white vase with the little coloured streaks on it, and that pattern is called Rainbow, and it's from the 1980s. And you've got some prices on these here, between 50 or 60 and $40 is the prices that they've got. I presume they're different sizes. Yes, they are. So 15 centimetre one is 40, 21 centimetre one is 60. There you go. So I haven't succeeded in finding all of the Costa Boda stuff there. I even went to the 20th Century Glass website, didn't find anything that I haven't found already. Yeah. No, I've seen two of those things, that the pink bowl with the sort of like trees on it and the man in the paperweight, swimming man. Yeah, can't find them. So the last bowl that we're looking at was this one here, Kjell Engman, 1980s. So why it says October 1980s? I don't. Oh, the series is called October, and it's from the 1980s. Okay, that makes sense. So there you have it, and this is the exact same bowl, and they've got a price on it here of $60. So you can get your own one here, or yeah, I don't have any details for that dealer, so yeah, you can get your own one here if you like.
If you know me, you know I collect Stromberg Titan. Yeah, I've not seen it. This is Stromberg Titan Studio. It's a Studio Glass Stromberg Titan, it says there. Leif Pearson. So I can talk a bit about this, but I've never seen this piece before, but I can talk about the history of it when we try and find it.
So I've been punting around trying to find Studio Glass Stromberg Titan. This is not the original Stromberg Titan factory. This is like the original factory closed, some of the workers set up and started producing art glass. So at least that's what I've read into it. I can't remember exactly when, but anyway, I can't find anything. I mean, there's quite a few bits and pieces of Studio Glass Stromberg Titan, but I can't find any pieces that are like that or as good as that piece that we were looking at, which is a bit sad. I was trying to think what kind of price you might want for it, but yeah, I mean, there's some okay bits, but none of them I think are as complex and multi-layered as that piece. So it is what it is, and it means I can't pin it down any closer as far as dates go.
This is guys apparently still working. Berth Arne Lundgren. And yeah, it's another one of those modern glassware. You know, you can see the skill going on there. How many times did they have to do that to get it right and look like this? That is a really cool piece.
So I haven't been able to find a website for Berth Arne Lundgren, but he does have a Facebook. I mean, it's got a lot of personal stuff, food he's eating, etc., etc. But he's got some really nice glassy things in here. Let me show you. Scroll this down. You've got him here working, making, I think, a giant glass apple, and then he's got lots of other bits and pieces where he's working on things, and there's the giant glass apples, and yeah, just there's some sort of show. It's a regular. So if you're interested, I saw this one. This is a really cool piece. Look at that, with layers, and somehow they've managed to make animals in a bubble. There's like crabs and octopus, and I think there's another one further down somewhere. I saw this one. Come on, it's not going to show me. Anyway, you get the idea. There is lots of cool glass making things on his personal page. So yeah, it might be one to follow if you just want to have a look at glass making processes, etc.
we've got a bunch of Vicky Lindstrand pieces here. Yeah, one of my favourite designers. Post-war ones. Innovation and of his period. Difficult to that needs to be against a different background. Pop it out. There's another one. Yeah, they're nice.
So we have a few bits here, and I think I've managed to find them, or ish, let's say, yeah, because the last one not so much. But anyway, this is the vase that we were looking at, the first one with the spiral. This is 1950s. What I was looking for is a price. So it's sold, but they're not giving you the price it's sold for. In fact, they don't even show you the photo anymore, so this must have happened quite some time ago. 1950s though, and it didn't say that on the card, I don't think. I also found these, but it is first dibs, which means it's top dollar for whatever it is. But this is unavailable, which means it's sold, and the price they had on it is almost £1,300 for two. Whether they achieved that or not, I don't know. Don't think they've got much written on this. No, not really. They say 1950s too. Then I think the next one we'll look at is this one, which is the other vase we were looking at with the little randomly patterns on. This one sold for 2,000 Swedish krona. I think that's a couple of £100. So, and this is an auction though, so that's probably a nice realistic price, but it isn't 2015. But yeah, it's auctions are up and down anyway. But anyway, there you go. It gives you a rough guide. And then yeah, I didn't do very well with the last one. I found this, which is, it's the wrong way round, but it's got a similar kind of Vicky Lindstrand figure here. Yeah, it is, I'm surprised there are not more pictures with this, but it is what it is. But yeah, this one's almost £200 as well. So this kind of etched work by Vicky Lindstrand is quite rare. I only have one piece. Where did I bring it up? Yes, I did. So here it is on my website. It's nothing like what we're looking at. This is very rare. I've never seen another one. But yeah, and it has distinctive features. The way the faces are done is usually very similar, with these eyes like this and everything. So yeah, I thought I'd show you that just because they have, the faces have this look about them quite often. So, and that would help you pick it out. And it's what, this one came off eBay very cheap. They hadn't identified it, and as soon as I saw the face, the pictures weren't great, but I could see the face and went, ooh, I think I know who that's by. So yeah, I think I got it for £15 because nobody else bid on it and the seller didn't know. But anyway, let's move on.
One of my favourite things from Orifice here, Grand glass. My fishbowl, it's like layers, and the reflection makes it look like it's underwater. It's really nice. This looks like someone's rescued a piece of Graal glass from oblivion, and you can see it from the other side, and you get to feel what the optic is doing, because this is all twisted and cut and all sorts of things are done with it to make it like that. That's really nice that someone's just not like binned it if it got broken.
This website's called modernity.se, which I think is Sweden, and yeah, I found this really nice little article about Graal glass and its invention by Edward Hald, how it was done. And they've got this lovely little fish vase. And yeah, so the explanation they have here is as I thought, that they blow a piece of glass, they case it with another colour, then they then cool it down, make a design on it, etch it away, etc., etc., and then they will reheat that piece of glass back on a blowpipe. I don't know if they ever take it off the blowpipe. I don't know how they would do that. And then they would dip it back into the glass, hot glass, and create a cased surface on the outside of the design. And if they blow it a little bit, it distorts it, and this is what gives this sort of like underwater effect where everything's a little bit not quite straight, a bit wonky, a little bit, quite like the pikes. Yeah, so I did find this one here, yes. So thought we'd look at prices as well. Prices are a bit all over the, well, not really all over the place. They're all expensive. That's the most cheapest one here is on Etsy, 432 or 423, I should say. And this is the most expensive one, which is 1,500. It doesn't seem like it's that big. I don't know. But yeah, they're hundreds of pounds at least, and possibly over 1,000. So yeah, and there's lots of variations on the fish. I've seen a few with pikes, I quite like pikes. I used to go open water swimming and see a lot of fish like this in the bottom of the lakes as you go around. I did have a pike collide with me once. That was a bit worrying. But anyway, yeah, so I do really like them. There's just something tactile about them. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for.
This is an unusual piece of growl glass here. See, it's signed dated 1983, so it's a later piece. Because this the method was starting before the war, and yeah, it's quite how they've repeated it and made it exactly the same inside with all the cutting and etching and stuff and twisting it that they have to do to make this effect. It's really quite nice.
So I haven't heard of the Orifice designer Gunnar Syrene before, if that's how you pronounce it. It looks like he was doing growl vases after the war. This is one of his designs. It's on First Dibs and they want £2,500 for it. I think the one we're looking is better than this one. Yeah, in fact, all the ones I found are not as good as the one that I saw at the fair. So this is another one. Is this on First? No, this is on AuctionNet. I think this is sold. I think this is sold for £891. So yeah, that's a lot of money. Is in my book anyway. This one's just this is 200 Swedish krona. I think that's about £200 or so. I think. And then we've got another one. This one is sold, I think, for, or is it on? Anyway, this one's got £594 against it. Yeah, that's sold. So yeah, these things, I presume it's down to size as well and as rarity. This one is £400, and so yeah, I've not, I found a few bits and pieces that I just picked a few out. They do seem to make good money, so, but I've never heard of them before. But the growl process is apparently very difficult, complicated, etc., and fraught with dangers.
We've also got this blue trailed Whitefriars bowl. It's quite a big one. I think that might be the biggest size. And yeah, it's making good money because yeah, it's quite a rare piece, this one. So and quite collectible.
This is the whitefriarsglassworks.com website, and this is the catalogue for 1931. Now, when I was looking back at that film, I noticed, oh, it says 1930s. And for many Whitefriars things, you can give an exact year of design, whatever. So, and there wasn't, so I thought, let's go and have a dig in the catalogues. And this is the 1931. These are the first threaded pieces that are in the catalogues. There's a big gap to 1865, so yeah, there might be some from the 20s, but we don't have any catalogues for that. So scan forward a bit, and we had these shapes, but there's still no bowl like the one that we were looking at with a foot underneath, etc. So we've got these shapes, got a couple more shapes than we had before. Scan forward to 1940, and it's exactly the same. So, and I just thought, let's have a look at what I can find out about. Where am I going? Here. So we've got a bunch of these bowls, etc. And yeah, look at the prices on them. So that was a rounded bowl. We've got one here that's like this shape. Don't know what you call that. Concave? No, it's not concave. Anyway, 320, 249. Got a bunch of, this one's like the one we're looking at, but it's a bit darker. But in amongst these, and I thought I'd highlight this now that I've seen it, is this bowl here. I don't think this is a Whitefriars one. I think this one is probably Stevens and Williams, and this is where you have to start being careful because it's similar in shape to the one we're looking at. It might be Whitefriars, might not be. I think this one is Stevens and Williams as well. So yeah, you have to be very careful with these kinds of things. So is that Whitefriars one? Let's look at this one here. In fact, this one, if you look at how dark these lines are here, and look how pale this one is. So what did I do? I went and had a quick shimmy on the internet at Stevens and Williams threaded bowls. Found a couple. Look how strong the threads are by comparison. You kind of like, it's ribbed. It doesn't have a little foot underneath, but it's a ribbed round bowl like the one we were looking at. And there's this one here. And this has these diamond molded patterns as well. But the threading is not quite strong, but it doesn't have like little gaps in it like the Whitefriars one, even though it's a similar shape, but then it's got these diamond molded patterns. So there's this kind of like murky area with these threaded bowls of what's Whitefriars and what is Stevens and Williams. Not everything, you don't have any catalogues for Stevens and Williams, and it looks like not everything is catalogued for Whitefriars, so yeah, a little bit difficult to tell. It just takes looking hard, and you get a feel for this is this and this is that. That's the only way you're going to learn it, really. And there is a price difference. You saw the price differences. This one's $175. This one's, well, it's $217, but then when you looked at the, what we're looking at here, no, wrong page. Yeah, some of these prices up here. So that the cheapest one is more expensive than the most expensive one, and the more expensive one is, and the one that was actually we saw at the fair was $495, I think, or something like. It was over £400. So yeah, the Whitefriars ones have that premium. They are from the 30s, and yeah, they're quite rare. You don't see them very often, and they do have value.
Another piece of orifice here, and it's a bit like Graal glass. They call it cracker vase. The technique, I think, is similar to Graal, where they do the patterns and they blow it a bit afterwards, but I think this is just laid on somehow. And it's got some bubble control in there as well, but really fine. There's a lot going on there, so it's not as simple as it looks. Looking at the Mother Sweden website, and I found a vase, the same shape, same kind, Sven Palmqvist, I suppose it is. Yeah. Streamlined cracker vase, 32 centimeters. So this is a little bit bigger, and it's a little bit more expensive. So, but yeah, the price is about comparable, I think, considering. So this is about £100 more, but that extra inch. Yeah, sorry about this, but that extra inch does make a difference. And it's from the 1950s, and yeah, it's quite cool. I think this is a slightly nicer colour, but it is what it is. So, yeah. Oh, it says, cracker vase, coloured layers, and craftsman pull the net over the outer layer and sandblast it before adding a clear outer layer. This is what I mean about cracker, where they do all sorts of weird things, where they cool it, do something with it, and then they have to reheat it, because they can't just stick a lump of cold glass into a lump of hot glass, and then have to reheat it, and then plonk it back into the furnace to create another layer. So yeah, it's a complex, and also if you don't do the reheating thing quite correctly, when you do put it back in, kapow, you're back to, you just end up with scrap glass. So anyway, there we go. That's why cracker is quite complex, little expert. I knew it was something like that, weird, where they did stuff that's, yeah, difficult. So we've got Slodovich glass, Jan Baranek. I can find this. He's got the patent number and everything here, so he doesn't really need my help. But yeah, it's interesting because it's multicoloured. It's more colours than it looks. It's cased, so you've got not just clear glass, you've got blue, green, and this amethyst colour. So there's more going on than it initially looks. So I thought I'd try the Czech glass guide for this first. This is the closest piece I could find, which is not quite the same. It's just a simple case one, and also it's later, 1993 to 2008. So it does come in multiple colours, but I thought I'll go to my old favourite, 20th century glass. And here we go, here it is, the same patent number 5988, and you can see it's 3 layers of case glass there. So you've got your, looks like purplish colour, green and blue all layered out. And this one is nice, it's got the label on it. Label's not fantastic help if you're really trying to figure out who it's by. It just says Bohemia Glass, made in Czechoslovakia. That's not going to help you a lot, apart from the fact that it says Czechoslovakia. So I can't remember when, I think in the late 90s they split, or early 2000s, so it became Czech Republic and the Slovakian Republic. So so if it says Czechoslovakia, you know it's back in the 20th century. It seems so long ago. Anyway, here we are, and he's saying it's 1959 as well. Jan Baranek, and at the Slodovich Glassworks. And he's also got a book reference, High Sklo, Low Sklo by Mark Hill. I don't have that book. I don't have the other book he's mentioning either. And I did try the other book that I've got as well, but it wasn't in there. So this is actually my third go at getting a reference for this. So I tried the book first, I thought, put a book reference, didn't work. Tried Czech glass guide, didn't work. 20th century glass, yeah, they've got it. It's got a piece of Davidson cloud glass. Now, theoretically, this is a really modest piece of glass, because it's actually, it's really nice. Really, like, it stands up against everything else here. I've never seen this before. It's really nice. So this is the Davidson's 1940 catalogue, downloaded from 20thcenturyglass.com. And here is the vase here. I've never seen one before, and I have to say I'm shocked on 2 parts here. One,
I think that's probably one of the most aesthetically pleasing pieces of pressed glass I've seen. It doesn't even really look like pressed glass. And two, it was £125. So it's not in any of the earlier or later catalogues. I suspect it was made for a very short period of time. I've never seen it before. So I have no idea about that price. I just know it just struck me of how nice it was. So yeah, I'm not going to rush out and start collecting them, but it is an interesting thing how you can make really nice pressed glass if you really wanted to.
So I hope you enjoyed that. I don't think I have much more to say other than the contact details for Premier Fairs who run these glass fairs will be in the description below. All the references I used will be in the description below. And please remember to like and subscribe because there will be more films from Cranmore Park. I don't know, I'm not sure how many, a few more anyway. And yeah, so thank you for watching and have a good night. Good night.